Hey guys, it's Wren.
And Lyd.
And we're back with Seduce Me. Guess whose butt we're after this time?
We're going after our dear Genosu, aka Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be able to think of anything but Janice's dub voice.
I don't know, I mean Andrew is pretty different from a robot.
I guess, yeah, but first of all, he's a cyborg. There's a difference.
Sure.
There is.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Trigger warnings, you've been warned.
A lot. Unless you're here for the first time. Then you're being warned for the first time.
Why, hello.
Shut your name, shut your name, Eric.
Caps locks. No.
No, not Landry. Wrong game.
Wrong game.
Wrong game.
Eric.
Alright. Once upon a time, there were boys in the
Once
woods,
upon a
and they got
time,
beat
I
up
was
and went to
falling in
school,
love.
and
Now
nobody
I'm
liked
falling
us, and,
apart.
well, I guess our friends liked us, but Lizette didn't like us, and she was annoying and kind of badly written, but what can we say? We only noticed this because we've been through this so many times, and we're just gonna look at these girls that we once banged, and Suzu's route was actually really disappointing, which I was really sad about because I thought it'd be something more than, being related to Al Capone. That's kind of really weird. Why would that? Well, she wasn't related to. Wait, yes, she was. Wait, yes, very vaguely, very vaguely. Oh yeah, Grandpa's dead.
I seriously, spoilers, if you haven't watched Suzu's Root, go do that.
Put up like a spoiler route.
I seriously thought that, like, when Suzu shows up at the end, like, crying and stuff, when she, like, calls us on the phone and then she shows up on her motorcycle crying and she's like, tell me you love me, just tell me. I thought that, like, she was gonna ask us to run away together, like elope. And then she's just like, no, I want you to come to dinner with my parents.
Like, wow, Suzu, way to blow things way out of proportion.
That was really anticlimactic for me. I was expecting something a little different.
I wanted more lovey-doveys, and instead it was like, I'm fucking related to Al Capone.
Well, did he say anything about what will become of the CEO and chairman position of the Anderson Toys Company?
Not you, that's for sure.
I don't know why, but just looking at him is making me laugh.
Money!
Even to the bitter end, he wouldn't give in.
Even to the bitter end, he wouldn't give me his bank account. What a stubborn old man.
Shaking his head, my father turned to face my mother with a serious expression on his face.
Oh, wait, that's me! Whoops!
Should we send her there to get used to the building? It'll be a good place for her to live after high school.
Are you sure we should?
Why not? This would be a good experience for her.
Honey, what do you think?
Well, apparently I have no fucking opinion in this conversation since you're deciding my life entirely without my input.
I wasn't really sure what to say. Why did my grandfather think that I was appropriate to be the heir to the mansion? Was I even ready to live on my own?
Well,
No.
that seems to be it. We'll be taking our leave now. I'm sure the little
You look
heiress
so
I
needs some
didn't
time to
give you
adjust.
leave.
David!
Bye. Even though Bye! Even though she raised her voice, my dad wordlessly began walking to the car. You know what I imagined? I just imagined him, like, with that really stern face, but, like, just moonwalking backwards. Like, fucking do something. Sorry. Fucking do something about it, honey.
Don't mind him, honey. I think that your grandfather's passing really affected him. Why don't we get back home for now?
You go on ahead to the car, Mom. I think I need some time alone with Grandpa.
Oh, of course. Take all the time you need.
These fucking children outside.
Oh man, dude, I know that feel, okay? I was at work today, and these parents weren't watching their kid, and she ran behind the counter, and, spoiler alert, I work in food service, and there's, like, a lot of dangerous things in food service, like grills, and other dangerous things. Thankfully, she didn't get hurt. I'm not gonna make this end badly, trust me, she didn't get hurt, but it was just like, oh god, no, you can't be back here, oh my god, no, what are you doing? Ah! Yeah. It was...
So, the pool in my apartment complex has been locked and shut for the past, month because some kids were playing unsupervised in the pool and they, took their clothes off in the pool and let it clog the filter. And, the building manager just opened it up again this week, and now there are unsupervised kids out there once again.
What is wrong with people? She gave me a quick hug and hurried after my dad. I looked around the funeral grounds, which was completely empty save for the sullen-looking grave that was laid in front of me.
I'm sure if Grandpa were in charge of arranging all this, it would have been much different.
It was blatantly obvious that my dad was in charge of the whole event. Who else would bury their own family the same day they pass, even though that's literally not possible? Everyone knew my grandfather's love for toys, yet the grave was a mere stone slab on the ground, void of any children's toys. My dad didn't even bother putting flowers. His disdain for my grandfather was almost pitiful.
Sorry, Grandpa.
It's okay, honey. I'm not dead, but it's kind of nice down here.
It's okay.
I kind of feel like a bamboo shoot. I tried to force out some words, but the only thing that came out was a choked sob.
You told me to stay strong, but right now I'm the farthest from it. Like that one time a long time ago.
Kill Bill sirens start blaring.
Grandpa!
Oh, it's so good to see you again, sweetie.
I was swept into a giant bear hug, and we both laughed as he swung me around like an airplane. It was one of my favorite things about seeing my grandfather, the way he greeted me. Unlike my father, my grandfather was loving and playful, even as I grew older.
Sorry that Daddy couldn't be here today. He said he wasn't feeling too good again.
He lost some really important stocks in the stock market. Now. It had always been like that. Dad missed every visit to Grandpa's house, citing that he was busy with work or wasn't feeling well.
Is that so? Well, that's okay. Daddy can come around next time. And you're here, right?
Yeah. So what are we doing today, Grandpa? Mommy says there's a new dessert cafe open in town. Maybe we could go?
Oh, I would love to. But I've been so busy with the company these days. We're actually working on a little something. Would you like to see?
Yes. Is it a toy?
It is. I was designing a new line of them. But I feel like something's missing. You don't think you could help me out, could you?
Sure, I can do all your work for you.
Yay, child labor! He placed the toy in my hand with a smile, and I inspected it carefully. It was beautifully crafted, and obviously a lot of work was put into it. There was one thing, though.
So, what do you think?
I think the heart on its chest should light up when you hug it. It'll be like it's alive, and it can be like a little nightlight before you sleep.
He stroked his chin, considering my input while nodding his head. After a few moments of silent deliberation, he turned to me with a chuckle.
That's a great idea. I'll get to changing it right away. You're always like my little lucky charm, Gator.
Oh shit, I forgot
you
my
always
tea.
know what to add to make the perfect toy.
Always happens.
Well, I hope I can be like you one day, Grandpa.
You want to make toys as well?
Well, making people happy is the best feeling in the world. I don't know if I want to make toys when I grow up, though.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
Makes sense. Daddy doesn't think of it in the same way, though.
Your father. I'm sure he just wants the best for you.
I'm not so sure about that.
Sweetie, look at me.
He bent down to look at me eye level, with a serious look on his face.
As much as your father may say something that doesn't make sense now, you must remember that he's always thinking about you. He loves you. There's no doubt about that. And you need to love him just as equally.
He abuses you because he loves you.
I don't like that.
I don't hate Daddy. I really do love him. I don't know why he's like this, though.
Your father and I have had some difficulties with each other in the past, but it's nothing that you should be concerned about.
I had heard tidbits of this from my mother and various other people. The only people who had stayed quiet were my father and grandfather. Both of them refrained from saying a word on the subject matter, but it was clear that whatever happened set up a wall between them.
It's hard, though, trying to pretend as if nothing were wrong.
However, no matter what, you have to stay strong. You're a big girl already, and, well, there'll come a day when it seems like it's you against the world. But always remember that your family and friends will be here with you. Daddy, Mommy, your friends at school, me. We'll stand together to get through it.
How can you be so sure of that?
Because we'll be right here and here.
He pointed his finger to my head. Wha-bam! At first, and then pointed at my chest. Another wha-bam!
Bang, bang.
So stay strong.
He
Promise?
shot me down.
Oh, see, my first thought was bang, bang.
Well, that is basically the Seduce
I know
Me
you
theme
want it.
song. No, I'm not kidding. Michaela sang that all the time.
It's mixed scallop, it's sit to the balance of the human not a lover. Anyway. For a moment, he looked almost sad, pleading, but as quickly as it had come, the expression disappeared from his face, but he was all smiles once again.
Promise.
Upon hearing that, Grandpa let out a great burst of laughter.
You
and
stupid
stood up.
child.
I will
Alright,
use you for
enough
labor.
of that. How about I whip up some special homemade dessert? I know I can't accompany you at that new cafe, but we sure can talk and eat while I cook and do some paperwork.
Homemade dessert. I'll race you to the kitchen.
Hey, slow down there. I'm not what I used to be.
You will be the very home I love to see you in. Why? Why would you think I'd be ready to take it, especially
God. A surge of anger bubbled within me, but I quickly swallowed it. There was no use in getting mad, especially when the person in question was no longer there.
I'm sorry. It's hard to stay calm when you left me with so many questions, especially about what happened between you and Dad. What am I doing? Talking to a grave.
My vision blurred, and I suddenly realized that I was crying. My face heated up as tears rolled down my cheeks.
I'll bring you some flowers later. I miss you, Grandpa. I'll try my best to fulfill the promise I gave to you, even if the world might be turned against me.
It happened. I lost the laundry
left-
voice. I can't
You-
get into
what?
the laundry voice.
How not?
I don't know.
I left the grave, wiping my tears hastily so my parents wouldn't see that feel when.
Well, it's time to head back home. I'll cook up your favorite lasagna when we get home, okay?
Thanks, Mom.
However, my dad didn't speak the entire drive home, and I was kind of grateful for that, to be honest. I wanted to talk to him, but after his moment at the funeral, I wasn't sure if that was a good idea.
It's about time we took off those dreary black clothes.
Too bad you're still wearing them. Ooh! Gathering my courage, I decided then that it was time to talk.
Dad, could I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Why do you want me to move into the estate so soon?
I thought I made that rather clear. The college near your grandfather's house is well known for its business program. You are planning to major in business, yes?
Fuck you, Dad.
Right after you graduate from high school, you'll just live there and can easily commute to and from school. It's a perfect fit for you.
But it's so sudden. You just decided so quickly right after the funeral.
Don't
know
be
what that
so
reminds
sensitive.
me of?
If you're like
What?
that in the real world,
It
you'll
made
be
me-
crushed.
It made me think of when Russ does his Maya voice in the
Oh,
when they
yeah.
and so just like when he goes, "Fuck you, Nick."
Snake as Pearl makes me so fucking happy.
Oh my god, I
It
love
brings me
Snake
so
as
much
Pearl.
joy.
I love Russ as Maya. Oh my god.
I'm just saying, maybe we could talk a bit more about my future.
In reply, my father rubbed his temples and sighed quietly.
After you graduate from college, you'll work at Anderson Family Toys.
Blech!
I have connections since I am part of the board of directors, so you will be guaranteed a spot. That is what we talked about before, yes?
Suck a dick, suck a motherfucking dick.
Suck a dick, suck a huge small dick.
But what if
Stop mumbling.
I don't want to work there?
Don't be silly. It's the family company, our company. I'm not just going to hand it over to some incompetent vice chairman.
Probably still more competent than you.
He came closer to me and his face softened.
Look, this is all for the best, okay? You may not know it right now,
What
but
to
you
say?
will appreciate it later.
That you only meant well.
Well, of course you did. What you say?
That it's all for the best. Of course it is.
What you say? Oh, never mind. For some reason, when I heard him say that, something snapped in me. I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but it made me feel so angry.
Laundry smash! Do you even care that grandfather passed away?
Of course I do.
Well, everything seems fine and dandy to you. Things just couldn't be better.
Excuse me?
There we
I
go.
don't like your
There you
tone,
go.
young lady.
It's like nothing even happened at all. Like you just ignored the fact that he's no longer
Do
here.
not raise your voice at me.
Oh, don't worry. I'm just scaring my neighbors. What did he ever do to you to deserve this?
My father, his face hardened, crossed his arms, and erupted in angry laughter.
Ha! You sure place him upon a pedestal, like he's some kind of venerated god or something. It makes me sick.
Is that it? Are you happy seeing grandfather dead? While everyone was grieving, were you holding yourself back from laughing in everyone's faces? Did you feel just a bit happier seeing him lie in the graveyard?
Did you feel like a man
You don't know
when
anything.
you pushed him around?
Running your mouth like
Do you
somehow
feel
you know
better
everything
now
that went on.
as he
when
falls
you're just
to
a
the
little
ground
girl that doesn't
into
know how
his
to
grave?
keep her mouth shut. You did not know my father. You did not know what he was capable
Actually,
of.
I do know what he was capable of. Bringing demons to the world. Hot demons.
Is everything all right? What happened?
Oh, you know, more abuse.
Nothing. I'm not hungry. I think I'll just go upstairs.
Honey, wait.
I quickly turned and ran up the stairs to my room, slamming the door behind me. My breath came in short pants, and for a while I just leaned against the door to my bedroom, eventually sliding down to sit against it.
How did things become like this?
My cheeks still throbbed, and I tentatively stood up and looked at the mirror to see how it looked.
Hopefully it doesn't bruise. What am I saying?
Tears formed in the corners of my eyes, but I blinked them back rapidly. I couldn't cry for the second time today. I had to be stronger than that. I hate that sound so much.
Are you all right? Your father told me nothing happened, but you know your father.
I'm fine. I just lost my appetite.
The lasagna's
From abuse.
done, though. And I don't want you skipping any meals.
I don't want to skip the
you sure?
lasagna. Lasagna is awesome.
Lasagna.
Yeah, don't worry about me, Mom. I'll come downstairs later to eat.
You're not telling me the whole story.
Ask Dad. I just don't want to eat right now.
Please, dear. Tell me what's going on. I wish you would tell me why you're being like this.
I wanted to tell her. A part of me was screaming to tell her what Dad had done. At the same time, I knew she couldn't fix anything, aside from, divorcing him and kicking him out of the house and finding someone new to love. Some men named Ben and Jerry.
Who needs Raymond? I've got 2 new men to love, and their names are Ben and Jerry.
Good movie. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how much
Hello,
it's
childhood.
I don't know how much it's held up since 2004, to be honest.
Well, regardless, it's a cute movie.
It is. Anyway, I remained silent, letting the event remain in the past.
Well, I'll leave your food on the table if you want to eat it later.
Finally, my mom left me alone. It was strange to think that she was only a few inches away from me, only separated by a single wooden door. I really didn't know what to do. I needed to do something, anything to get my mind off of what just happened. Anything would be better than thinking any more about the pain still radiating from my cheek. I was probably going to move into my grandfather's house tomorrow. I should probably pack my stuff so I would be prepared for tomorrow. Yeah, that was a good idea.
I should start packing.
I opened the closet, rummaging around for a while before I finally found 2 large bags, pulling them out from the floor of my room. I then began to empty my drawers and cabinets so I could bring all my things with me. I didn't have much to bring other than just clothes and some toiletries. It was kind of bizarre that I didn't have many personal belongings. Like, what is my personality? What are my interests? It wasn't like my luggage was completely
Apparently
devoid.
we don't have one because insert finger quotes. Mika is a vessel for the player, end finger quotes. I disagree with that concept in like Otome games.
I don't like that, yeah. I prefer...
People, like, they theorized that, like, leaving the main female characters blank would allow players to project themselves onto the female player. But the truth is, actual, like, psychological studies have shown people connect better with characters who actually have their own personalities and identities and such.
Yes, I agree. As someone who has played many games and has much rather liked the protagonist actually having personality and real interests.
It's like having your favorite characters on a TV show. Like, you're not going to connect with someone who's a blank slate.
Yes, like I connect with Avery Gray. I connect with Hee-jung.
Yeah.
I connect with Albus Aragaki. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I shook my head to rid myself of those thoughts. If it were going to be my new home, I would have to feel like it. It would have to feel like it. One way or another, I was going to make it a home. Just as I was packing my... Oh, yeah, here we go.
Don't care who's calling.
No one's calling that. We want to bang. I mean, because we already banged once, and some of them were better than others. Like I said last time with the boys, because let's be honest, no one can be perfect. I love you, Suzu, but sadly your route was clearly unsatisfying compared to Naomi's, and I never thought I'd say that because I actually really liked you. I mean, I really liked Naomi too. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I felt like we didn't do much. We just talked, and that's okay. Sometimes you just need to talk with your friends.
There's almost dead bodies on our floor.
And
then they assault us.
And then we hit them again, and why does nobody in this game like being hit? This is really kind of sad. Look! It's a real concern!
It's a real concern that none of these guys are a masochist?
Yes! This is not my jam!
This is not my kink.
What?
Look, I suffered through that James epilogue, alright? I did it for you!
No.
Oh god. And Eric doesn't like me expect either. When will these boys learn that smacking can be good in some circumstances if you kind of like it and you're open to it and your skin is kind of bad? Don't know where I was going with that. Let's just ignore what I was saying. And then Damien looks really cute once again, and Sam still doesn't know how to sew, and Eric is still... His face makes me think of a fish sometimes. I don't know why, but it does. We wake up when there's boys and they make breakfast and they're not happy because they haven't had caffeine, and then the girls come and say, who are these people? And then they are visitors.
Then why did one of them open the door?
Have you never had a party in your life? Like, not even like a party. I'm talking like a birthday party. Like, kids always open the door for people.
Okay, I really hate Sam's shirt. I feel like I'm looking at like a Castaway remake with like Zac Efron or something. Like it's supposed to be like a really hot guy instead of Tom Hanks. No offense, Tom Hanks, but I mean,
What do we want to do?
uh, 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 I don't know. I don't think any of this impacts it, does it? It does, doesn't it? Actually, it does. Is there an option to not do either?
Nope.
If we help around the house, there's no option to be like, I'll do something myself?
Are you sure?
Want us to? All right.
Nope.
Damn it! Why didn't we save?
Well, it doesn't matter, right?
Who do you want to revisit then?
I don't want to do Damien because then I'll be sad.
I know, we can't.
Let's just do James because he's like a gardener weirdo.
Oh no, it's the one gardener I don't
say anything.
What?
We didn't speak the entire time. It was more efficient that way.
Okay. Wait, is that literally what it said?
Well, I chose don't say anything.
Oh, I didn't even I was too busy lamenting the unfuckable gardener. Anyway, the hour of the house party. The hour of the house party had arrived. In my mind, I kept double and triple checking the essentials for the party. Trickle down economics, you know.
Trickle Richard's pickles.
Knowing my dad, he invited his business partners. I'm just imagining Mr. Egg Money just like, yes, and then trickle down economics, the trickle down pickles of my heart.
Richard's pickles?
Richard's pickles.
Dick pics. Do you remember the credits? It was like Richard's pickles and like crab nipples and stuff, and just please don't ask.
Oh, that's right. I remember that now. Anyway, there are a bunch of business people at the company. Please don't make me speak of that again. I'll just mess it up. I stood in front of my mirror on the wall, staring at my form as a million thoughts ran through my mind. It was just a housewarming party, but at the same time, it wasn't. It was my chance to show my dad that I was better than his expectations. It was a chance for me to see my parents as a woman. It was my test, to see if I was really ready to live on my own. Well, not truly alone. I had the incubi to thank, but even so, I didn't have my dad guiding me or my mom helping me through living alone. A knock on my door broke my thoughts, surprising me.